You've looked up videos, including ones in this channel, on how to write a concept note, and we've said a mouthful. You think you now have an understanding or a clue of what a concept note is, but what you are still unclear about is how do you actually execute one. So in this video, I'm taking the time to show you an example, step by step, of how you can write out your concept note. My name is Lerato Kanomsa of All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. If this is your first time here, I do academic content that helps with postgraduate research. So if this is what you are interested in, or you are currently working on your research, then please hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it, because trust me, you will love the content in this channel. Now, in the two previous videos about concept notes, I have told you what it is, and I have also told you how to do one step by step. I will pin those videos up here somewhere and link them in the description down below. But in this particular video, I'm showing you a practical example so that you know how you can write one, especially because some people are still unclear about the length of things, how long this is supposed to be, how short things are supposed to be. So I just want to show you a practical example so that you know exactly how to write your own. So feel free to pause this video, take screenshots, or even save it to watch it later. Also, do share it with your friends. If you are a member of this channel, however, you do not have to take notes or do anything at this point, because you know your girl will be sending into the membership portal a full document of this example, annotated in different colors, so you can see each component of that concept note. This will be a good thing to print out and have it next to you as you write your own concept note, or to just open it in a different tab as you write your own in the other tab. I got you. This is why I'm your academic bestie, because I got you. So let's get started. I'm going to open up my laptop and we can look at a practical example. So for this concept note, we're going to use the title that we love in this channel around online academic coaching. So the first thing that we need to do, like I said, is to focus your topic and clarify it. The more focused the topic is, the easier it is to write out a concept note. So in this case, we're going to have our topic not just as in the broad sense online academic coaching, that's too broad, but our topic could be something like empowering postgrad students through online academic coaching, a digital solution for academic success. I want you to think about this topic and think about it carefully, because this is a topic and not the research question. Most of the times people use this interchangeably, and actually they mean different things. This will be the title of your project, but not the question that you're asking. As you can see, it is not clear what exactly you're asking. It just gives you the scope and the understanding of what the research is about. So at this point, I'm not talking about the research question yet, because that part is coming later. So this is the topic, or what we can call the title of the project. Your topic, remember, needs to give us the who and the where, at least, or the how. Okay, so here we know the what. It's online academic coaching. We know the who, it's postgrad students, which we're going to empower, and we know the setting through digital solutions, and why for academic success. That's the whole point of the topic. It needs to give us these different elements. Now we need to move and think about the background and give the reader the background of the study. This is where we describe the problem that we want to solve in the background. So we give a setting where the problem exists, so that the reader has a clear understanding and see where we're coming from with this problem. So the example that we can use here is many postgraduate students, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds, face major challenges in navigating academic research and writing. These include limited access to mentorship, confusion about research processes, and lack of exposure to academic tools like referencing softwares or literature review strategies. So the first part that I've just read is just setting the stage, the background of the problem. Now we are going to form the problem statement. Okay, we're going to frame our problem that we are trying to solve, and we do that by one, stating what gap exists and what that gap looks like. So we're going to say traditional face-to-face supervision is often hard to access due to cost, time, and distance. This creates a gap, leaving students feeling unsupported and at risk of dropping out. With the rise of digital platforms, online academic coaching has emerged as a promising solution, providing affordable, accessible, and flexible support to students anyway. The thing here, as you can see, you need to keep it short, concise, and clear. So your background and the framing of your problem should actually not be more than 3 paragraphs. And immediately after that, you can move to the aim of the study, because now you've painted the problem, and then now you need to tell us what your study is aiming to do. The objectives, remember, are breaking down the aim into smaller actionable pieces. So our aim here, for example, could be to explore how online academic coaching can support postgraduate students in improving their research skills and academic outcomes. So you see, the aim is still a little bit broad, but is very specific on what it wants to do. Right. Then we move to objectives. Now these need to be very specific and measurable. I have a lot of people commenting on my research saying, my supervisor said my aim are not actionable, or they're not specific, or they are too broad. And yes, they are right. These need to be very focused. One objective equals one action. The other mistake that the students make is to have one objective that is promising to do 3 different things. So in this case, our objectives can be: 1, to assess the challenges postgraduate students face in completing research. 2, examine how online coaching addresses these challenges. 3, evaluate the effectiveness of online coaching tools and strategies. 4, propose a framework to integrate online coaching in higher education support. So I'm comfortable with 3 objectives. I would not go beyond 4, because then you are promising to do a lot of things in your research which you probably will not be able to do. Now we move to the research questions. The research question, which is the main research question, is what you are asking. What are you trying to find out? What question are you going to answer by doing this research? And so you've got one main question, and then you can have 3 or 4 sub questions. Those sub questions are a breakdown of the main question, and those questions, remember, they must align with the aim. So the first question is, what are the key challenges faced by postgraduate students in research? Second question, how does online academic coaching help overcome these challenges? Third question, what are the benefits and limitations of online coaching compared to traditional supervision? Then the fourth question could be, how can online academic coaching be scaled within universities? So if you look at these questions and you look at the research aim, they go together. For your main question, you can actually turn the aim into a question. Each objective aligns with each sub question. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how we build what we call the golden thread in research, where everything feeds the other. So next up, we're moving on to the methodology section. Keep in mind that this here is a concept note. You don't have to have it figured out fully at this stage, but you need to show that you do have a plan and you are considering how you're going to execute this research. Very short, very brief. I mean, you're just enticing the reader to say, hey, this is what I plan to do. A sentence or 2 of you explaining how you're going to conduct that research. So the example here could be, this study will use a qualitative approach with semi-structured Zoom interviews and online surveys. The sampling that you are looking at could be 15 to 20 postgraduates from different universities and fields. Thematic analysis using in vivo to identify patterns and themes. Basically here, what you need to think of is who you're going to talk to, how you're going to talk to them, how many people are you looking at or thinking about talking to. So the next thing then is what I say, it's the cherry at the top, is the significance of the study. Why does this all matter? Why do you even want to do this in the first place? Most students leave this part out. I have no idea why they would do that, because you just can't pitch us an idea and don't show us its significance. Why do we even need to take the time to even consider this idea? This is the part. This could be just one paragraph. It does not need to be more than that. So basically, you just say this research is important because it can help reduce dropout rates amongst postgraduate students, improve completion and quality of research projects, influence higher education policies on student support, make academic guidance accessible regardless of location or resource. So if you see here, I'm just being very practical about it. I did not think of fancy terms. I did not go bother myself and try to figure out how this is solving the world's problem and making the educational world perfect. But I'm just saying this study is going to help specifically here. That's all that you need to say. All right, and then the last and the most important part, the references, because you need to show that you have started reading and you're not sucking up this information from your thumb, or this idea did not just fall from the sky and it has nothing to hold it. You've got scholars that you are leaning on as you move forth, and this is what you are showing. So you're going to put a reference list. This one is, I think, in Harvard referencing style. That's the style I'm familiar with, but you basically list all the resources that you have consulted. Now let's see how all of this fits together, because normally your supervisor will ask you to write 1 or 2 pages concept notes. They normally do not go longer than that. You get those professors who say write a 5-page, but that's basically expanding your 1 or 2 pages, thinking that now at this stage, having thought more about these things, you have more things to say and more things to add to that concept note, basically now developing it into a proposal. But at this point, it's normally 1 or 2 pages, 1.5 pages. So now we're going to put this together and see how it fits. This is basically how it looks like. You will have your topic here, you will have your background, you will have your research questions and objectives, and then you will have your methodology section, and you're going to say why and your references. Just going to put it neatly together so that it feels, professional and looks academic. And that's all that you need to do. And while I'm scrolling at this, please like this video if you find it helpful, and be sure to share it with your friends or colleagues or fellow students, those that you think they'll be interested in this video. And to the members of this channel, don't forget that you will get this example delivered in your portal with the annotations so that you know what's what, and so you don't have to sweat about that. If you want that resource and you're wondering how can you get these membership benefits, it is easy. You just click the join button next to your subscribe button to join the membership of this channel, or you can just click the icon button that's on your subscribe button if you do not see the join button, and it will take you to a place where you can join our very cheap membership. The first year is literally less than a price of a bottle of soda, so you can just join the membership there and be part of the smart scholars and advanced academics that receive these tools and not have to screenshot every time they watch my videos. This is basically the kind of concept note that you can produce for your supervisor when asked for one. In the video that is appearing on your screen right now, I'm going to cover 10 most asked questions around concept notes and answer each and every one of those questions, so that my academic besties are settled and they know what they are doing when it comes to writing a concept note. So if you're interested in finding out what people are struggling with when it comes to a concept note, because that is exactly what you might be struggling with as well, click on the video that is appearing on my screen right now and get all the answers to all the questions that you have about a concept note. What are you waiting for? Click on that video and I will see you there in a few seconds as I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.